My guest today is a speaker, a writer, a mom with a background in tech who does so many things she considers herself untitled. Please welcome Jaimee Finney.
How do we choose what comes to life? Sometimes it's what is the thing that you end up doing when you're trying to get something else done? What is it that's pulling your focus? So if it's pulling your focus, see it through, finish it up, and throw it out in the world and see what happens. What I started doing was figuring out how to just do things, but not just start, actually finish. And so what I learned through that process, a couple years worth of just trying sprints and basically applying the product design process to my life. What I learned from that is something that I call it tiny challenges. And it's kind of a silly little thing, but basically you define a small window of time. It could be 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, whatever, 1 month, but do something very small for that amount of time. But it's basically like always a part of a bigger goal. You break it down into really small, manageable pieces and you chip away at it slowly over time. And then, you look back and one of the things that is a part of my process is documenting it every day. It's not about who's looking and who's acknowledging it. It is about creating footprints, basically, because for yourself, you'll look back and go, oh my gosh, I just made like a 30-day body of work. That's huge. That's progress. In case people are unfamiliar with what Picture This Clothing is, you print out a coloring sheet of a dress, a t-shirt. We have beanies, face covering. It's a neck gaiter type face covering. And then we have leggings as well. So we have a few products and you print out the coloring sheet. You design it any way you want. You upload a smartphone photo to our website. We send it back ready to wear. For me, it's a struggle when people go, what do you do? To answer that, I do a lot of stuff. And, I hate being dropped into a bucket. Like I am a writer, I am a designer, I am a CEO, I do our books and our finances and I can do strategy. I am a social media person. I mean, we wear a lot of hats when we're self-employed, do we not? I remember trying to simplify and say I'm a designer, but then it completely undermines my abilities. I am in many capacities a designer, but I am also much more than that. And I know that. And I think I'm limiting myself and holding myself back by simply trying to slap the label on so that people understand. And then I'm getting work that I don't want. And I'm like, no, this isn't what I meant. This is an ill fit. So it's my own doing, but untitled. I'm untitled. People always ask that question. If you had $1 million and could do anything that you wanted, well, I'm not saying that I have $1 million, but I'm saying I can do anything that I want to do. And I've put myself in the position where I've worked hard enough and that I can decide that I want to do this or I want to do that. And I'm trying to decide what is it exactly that I do want to do for a while. I never know. I've never had the answer. And I kind of just end up where I end up and I do what I do until I don't want to do it anymore. And then I start experimenting my way into something else. I don't know that I can prevent any burnout from ever happening again, but I know that I have the tools to survive, overcome, and be resilient. That's what I'm really good at in my own life. I practice this regularly and I find myself up against the wall regularly and needing to put those tools into practice. But I do feel like I always come out on the other side and I'm okay and I'm still going, I'm still fighting. There's so much more to it than just looking on the bright side. I am not naive to this. I'm not impossibly optimistic even. I am a hardcore believer in optimism. It's a part of my soul. It's a part of who I am. And I can't help but to keep moving forward with hope. I will tell you that it's not easy at all times to do that. It takes practice and it takes thoughtful, focused dedication to mindfully choosing like what's good today. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I just think it's really helped me not get stuck. It keeps my options open. It keeps my freedom as my underlying. And when I say freedom, my ability to choose, my ability to not have to go work for someone else unless I choose to. I hope I can always retain that. But I think having 5 or 6 little baskets with eggs in them has given me that freedom.